costume contest with doors and prizes. So
I think it might be. God damn, is that right? Free before 9 p.m. But maybe I'm misreading that. Doors.
No, that's possible.
Probably right.
That sounds like Angel.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, drink specials all night long. $4 Tito's, Jack Daniels, $3 emo shots, $3
Whatever it's
PBR.
going to be, it's going to be epic. I can tell you that.
No. So that's I mean, and that's what's so awesome. You know, first of all, an event doesn't happen at Scout Bar unless it's well thought out.
Absolutely.
Unless there's all kinds of creativity.
We try to put a lot of aspects in everything we do because you go to most venues and it's like, you got this, you got that, you know. Like me being involved, like with my Thursday nights, I try to throw some things out there that you don't have at every other venue. So that way it kind of pops, right?
Sure.
You see what we got going on.
Any Khris Harding production is going to be solid, sold out. You want to be there, bet $5. Get your tickets now.
Bet $5.
All right, so that was, I guess, a segue to Thursday, October 29th, Punkstar Halloween Bash. What do we expect there?
Not a damn thing.
Okay. All right, moving on to Friday, October 30th. No, okay.
So on Thursday night, we will be having the Punkstar Bash. So me, Summer, Joey, Sammy, our full staff will be on point. Barry. We're doing, of course, a costume contest that will be at 11 p.m. We are doing two custom coffin raffles. I had 2 bookshelves custom made by our good friend, mine and Glenn's out of Angleton, Jason Hearn. He's an amazing wood builder, so he donated his time and he custom made us these coffin shelves. So we're going to be raffling those off. Also, for the very first time, we will be having the first, I believe, I did a little bit of Google work. We're doing the first bumpkin painting contest.
Bumpkin. That means the booty.
So that brings me to a point. I was about to say, traditionally, like a Khris Harding costume contest would be pretty conservative, right? I mean, you know.
No, it's never.
Sure the women are going to win. Khris Harding conservative? Are you fucking kidding me?
Ladies, can you calm down and let me explain about it? They're more excited about it than I am. They're new to the radio. They don't really jump the gun much, so they're jumping it. I think they're cocked and loaded down there. You guys ready to go or what?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right.
well, Glenn's been here drinking, rum for a while. Yeah.
So I kind of took it out of the aspect. I actually saw a very cool photo and a painting on Instagram. A good friend of mine, Doreen Gray, which is a model photographer. She's based out of L.A., but she used to be established here in Houston. So I saw a picture of her exterior painted as a pumpkin, and I was like, man, I really want to do something like this, and let's throw it up a little bit different and do something different this year. So I contacted her and said, hey, can I use your photo? I want to do a painting contest. So basically, you and your artist come in, $10 to enter. All the money that everybody that proceeds will be jacked into the pot, and you paint the bumps. And we bring them on stage, and I have 3 special guests, one from Kima Shop Bar, one from Dan's Pizza, and one, of course, Joey from, Punkstar. So they will be the judges of the bumpkin contest. We're going to line all the rear ends up on stage, and then we're going to go right down the line, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and that's how you get a winner. So
all right, I got a quick question for Jordan. Hey, Jordan, when we planned this, when we booked this show tonight, did you think we were going to be talking about bumps painting contests?
No, I did not.
Awesome. Are you excited? Yeah. Are you disappointed?
No, dude.
Right.
Like I said, every year I like to do something a little bit different. Last year I gave away a golden Z-Way coffin, which is a $5,000 coffin.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a full, and I have people that I get certain weird things from. So
people are like, preparing to die just to get to use it.
Well, actually, the coffin last year went for $500, and the guy was like, dude, you got to take it home tonight. And he found a way to get it home, but and we auctioned the money. We auctioned it off, and then we donated the money to charity, the Bridge Over Troubled Water. So, that's kind of, we always try to give a little bit back to the community. But our lineup also, we have the one and only Zombie Face, which are very Halloween themed. We have Symblem, which are very good friends of ours, and they've been on the show very many times. And we have a newcomer not to the area, but to our show is 1515. So I'm looking forward to having those guys. So it's a star-studded lineup. The doors are at 8 o'clock. First man is at 9. It is $5 entry fee, $10 to enter the contest, and free, of course, for the costume contest. So.
Damn, that's awesome.
I think Jordan's going to be there front row for the bumpkin.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
You know what, Jordan? If you show up, I will make you a special guest judge. But you know what? I usually have to work out a deal, but you let me ride one of those things you got? Because I've seen them, and we can do video, and we can have a good time.
All right.
You all should get together.
I got a couple T-Rex outfits that I'd like to see on one of those suckers.
Yeah, no, that's there's been a couple crazy things done, man. There's this guy in Seattle, dude. He's done a few contests, man. Costumes. Sorry, yeah, he's wild, man.
Right on.
All right, so that brought us to Friday, All Hallows Eve party featuring Dirty Worms, Downfall 2012, Shaw, and more, man. So, I mean, let's just go ahead and, let's line up the whole Scout Bar weekend, right?
That is a show. I have a lot of dear friends in that. Actually, the Dirty Worms were in the parking lot here last week. We actually had a rap show on Saturday. They were actually out here with one of the new boom boxes.
Filming
he had
live.
a mic, filming live, promoting. We had a DJ in a parking lot. It was kind of crazy. I walked up and I'm like, what are we doing?
Wow.
Thomas Chapman, he drove all the way from Austin, Texas. That's where the Dirty Worms are
Mad
from.
respect.
And he just rolled it. He's been on our show a couple times, too, and he's just an amazing artist. He's been around for a long time, but he drove all the way down here. Some of the guys, Matt from Downfall was here. Skittles and Shoots was here from Chaw. It was just, I don't even know how to explain what's going to happen Friday night. I will definitely be in the house, so I'm looking forward to that show. I believe tickets are $10 online, and the doors are at 8 o'clock. And it's going to be an amazing night. Any show with the Dirty Worms is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing Chaw on stage. It's going to be their second show at Scout Bar, and it's an all-star lineup, a bunch of different artists from a bunch of different bands that have been around the area for
Punkstar Radio.
for a
Go
long
Punkstar.
time. And you know what I mean? It's going to be an all-star lineup, so I'm looking forward to it on Friday.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Downfall at 2012, I mean, that's a Texas Buzz Award-winning band. I mean,
Yes.
I remember.
They've been award-winning, like you said, Texas Board band. Zach United. Actually, I was standing there with AD when they handed him the title. They've been putting in work. They've been doing a lot of things online due to COVID. They haven't performed a lot. They haven't been out stressing the point. Everybody's got their own safety issues and how to deal with the pandemic and all that. So, but they're definitely ready, and they're pretty hooked up. And I know they missed a couple of their personal birthday parties, so I guess it could be a full-blown turnout on Friday night. I mean, it's Friday night at Scout Bar. You can't expect anything best than less.
So you're saying they're ready to explode?
Pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
All the pots, pans, everything will be out. They'll be beat on it all.
A
So
lot
it'll
of
be like
tension
crazy.
ready to release.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I mean, so that brings us to actual Halloween. So every event we just mentioned, it's not even technically Halloween.
No,
That's
all
the Scout Bar
pregame
build
stuff.
up to Halloween.
Just building up to. We saved the best for last, and actually this Saturday, I'm looking forward to this show because one of the bands that I manage, the Dope Show, which is a Marilyn Manson tribute to Marilyn Manson,
Which is spot on.
the guys are, dude, we had a show at Warehouse Live, I would say about 2 weeks ago. The guys are pumped, they're ready. We did a show at Warehouse right before COVID started. We killed it, and evidently we just started the pandemic. So I'm like, I was like, what's going on, man?
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Dope Show played the first performance at Scout Bar when Scout Bar reopened before it had to close again, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
it was
remember
actual
that. Yeah.
Punkstar night. I actually booked the guys. I mean, I do a lot of work with the bands as far as production and promotion, the costumes, the
I
the
think
artwork.
Khris is the biggest star in the Dope Show. This guy's makeup is insane.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
so-
I was at that show. I mean, when Scout Bar reopened, I guess that was probably, gosh, I don't know what's
Yeah,
that,
it was
April
a
or
couple
May?
months ago.
Yeah, I mean,
But, I do work closely with the guys. They practice a lot, man. They go through the moves. There's award-winning artists that are in the Dope Show that make up the Dope Show. You got Mangy Janes from Dead Set Red. The bands go on and on. You got Alex Slay, which is the light guy from Scout, but he's also the drummer for The Hunger.
Drummer,
Yeah, you got Richie Hay, which is from The Hunger. You've got Kevin Lurrett. He used to be in Zombie Face. I mean, it's a great combination to actually see these guys. The most thing that I'm excited about on Halloween night is the return of Erase the Virus.
Yes.
Boom.
And they just did their own mix of.
You're getting a little too loud over there. You excited? Are you going to be there?
Well, no, I was going to say yes, I am, because my show stops at 10. I am going to be here.
Let's say Glenn's
because
excited.
ETV, they just did do a remix of In Excess.
Yep.
Correct? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Glenn's ready for the virus to be erased. And I am too, man. I think we all are. Right?
Yeah, hell
Glenn's-
yeah.
Glenn's
Fuck
ready,
yeah,
baby.
dude.
I'm
So,
ready to see the show.
So what I thought was kind of weird, ETV kind of banished for a little bit. I used to work tight up with them. Chris Navasitis, he went on and furthered his career and did some other things. Some of the band members swapped around and did this and that. But right as COVID started, they actually did a live performance on Scout Bar stage via the internet.
Right, streamed,
with
yeah.
nobody
No-
here.
no crowd, yeah.
And no crowd, and it was very different. It was something that Chris Navasitis orchestrated to get. He got the whole band back together. And then I guess during COVID, something happened, something clicked. Chris got his niche back, so I'm looking forward to seeing them on stage.
That's awesome,
And if
man.
you've never been to a Halloween show with Erase the Virus, I mean, we did it a ritual for like 6-7 years. They always headline, so I'm looking forward to having working with those guys, being back on stage.
Jordan, I remember telling you about Erase the Virus a couple of Sundays ago over at Cabo when Chris Hardy, not to be confused with Chris Harding, and kind of talking about his whole background, and he was an original member of Erase the Virus.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that band name's fucking awesome.
That guy.
So here we are, right?
It was kind of crazy that Chris Hardy actually. I mean, we've had this conversation before on the radio between me and Chris, but it was the fact that you never knew that
spelled different, maybe at least.
A couple times, but mine and Chris Hardy get very weird sometimes. They're like, "Oh, you're the guy." No, I'm not the guy. Chris is an amazing musician. But it's really crazy how he started in the metal complex, and then he toned it down, and then he wanted to reflect his own vision and what he did, and he started doing the more twangy country, and then he's ghosted out into his own legend.
Right.
Chris Hardy is legendary. He has played almost every he's just an amazing artist.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So, you know what? I would not be surprised if we saw something special on Halloween.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
That's just a little bit of a leak and a little bit of a tease.
You heard it first, right here.
When we talk about Chris Hardy, we always got to talk about the we'll play for food and all that.
This goes on and on and on. Chris donates so much to his charity.
Hardest, one of the hardest working musicians in the business.
He's a brother of mine, man, for sure.
Right,
he's very good people.
He's actually a brother of everybody, right?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah,
everybody knows him.
I wish I was so honored, but no.
You've actually
soon enough. I've met him, but
you meet him, you're a brother. Dude. That's how it works. Chris Hardy and Chris Hardy.
Yeah, to finish off that night, you got the dope show. You got Erase the Virus. It is a $5 cover. There's a costume contest. So it's gonna be a very entertaining evening. Put it that way.
No, and as we said earlier, probably a very conservative costume contest. I'm assuming, right?
Oh yeah, wow, yeah.
We're always hoping for a warm night, like I said.
Maybe not.
I'm gonna let you in on that I have hosted the costume contest at Scalabard on Halloween night for the last 6 years. I doubt it will be that anything but conservative.
So you're talking somewhere between G and PG, I'm guessing.
Hey, can I ask you this? Will we see any hanging by Chris Hardy?
No. I am retired at the moment. We are working on something when Saturate comes back in the future.
Oh, yeah. Because there's going to be a lot of people ask that. So no suspension by Chris Hardy.
No, there will be blood. There will be hearses.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's time to transition. We just went through the whole Scout Bar gauntlet, and last week Jordan and I had a chance to do a show.
I mean, we're above it, so we got to
right. Well, we've got so much love for it, and it's actually recently reopened, right? And so let's talk about some of the exciting things. And look, a microphone open. Joe, go there.
Oh,
you got there.
There we go.
And at some point, if we can wave down our bartender, I'm going to reorder. But hey, let's talk about the. I gave her the empty cup point. We'll see if she figures out. She thinks we're okay. No. She just. I think she got.
I think they got
the
it.
message.
Yeah.
She got the message.
Chad's got
Barge
it.
$2.95.
That's okay.
So the only bar that floats on a barge, 2 stories, great patios, best view of the lake. It's an outdoor.
Maybe not the only, but the best. That's for sure. Like you said, might be some debate on that, but
it's the new hotspot, man. It's the old Turtle Club.
The yard is incredible. Man,
they did great. They did a great job with that venue. They've built it up, and
they needed to do something with that outdoor deck for a long time, man. That parking area, so it's awesome.
The lights, the stage, the volleyball court, everything that they've done has been great. They got the outside bars, and so we're hosting a really dope. Inaugural, actually, first ever I Revive's Halloween Bash there at the Barge 295 in the yard, and we've got 6 bands coming from Houston and San Antonio and all over this area, Baytown, and local guys and some guys from out of state. So we got some friends coming in, and the big name on the bill is our homie Saltwater Slide from San Antonio. We got Indaskies.
All right, okay.
Locals holding down the last.
This is why
set.
I like Joe, right? So he gave the he said the big name is Saltwater Slide. Some people might argue Indaskies is the big name, which is one of Joe's bands, and that's
okay,
quality guy right there.
I got you. Yeah,
tells you about his character.
Yeah, man, these are my brothers. We love them. They've been with us since the beginning. And we just wanted to bring them back. Since COVID, we hadn't been able to play much. So a lot of the bands this is their first show back. So it's Indaskies first show. We played a festival right before COVID, and we hadn't played since. So we're real excited. We got a new bass player. We got some new songs we're going to be playing for everybody. We got some really good bands on the bill. We got Phil Lerma Band. We got the Philosophers. We got the High Mile. We got Beachside Vibes and Saltwater Slide, of course, and In Disguise. So it's going to be a fun night.
And this is all on Saturday.